Okay. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. How are you today? So you're ready to know about dreams, right? Yes. Okay. So we need to know also not just about dream, because to dream, some people dream when they are awake. But I have a dream, But we need to know that to understand about dreams, we have to understand also about sleeping. It's very important to know it's all together. So first, very important thing to know about dreams. When we dream, we're not supposed to just go to anybody and say, I have a dream, listen to the dream. We have to choose either a person that understands the dreams or a person that loves you 100%, no condition. Because a person that loves me, he's going to say something good after he hears the dream. Because the dream goes after what a person interprets, not goes according to the dream. So if someone said something, after you told the dream, whatever he said, that's what's going to happen. So it's better if someone knows either what to say or not to say. But someone that loves me, maybe I have better chance that he's going to say something good. So we have to be careful, and then when we say it, not to go to anybody in front of other people. They might say also something. Okay, so we have to understand the Zohar really clearly says that according to what Joseph said to those, whatever that they were, the right hand of Pharaoh, ministers or whatever, exactly happened. So that's why the Zohar says it's very important to know. Now, when we study about dream, usually we have a tendency to think that whatever I dream, it's according to the physical reality. It feels the same. Sometimes it's really weird. We don't understand nothing. But sometimes it looks like life, exactly. And we think it's exactly the same. It's not. In dreams, there is completely different codes. So we're not going to study all of them, but we're going to study a lot to understand ourselves how dreams work. And for example, it's a good example because it happened to us. One of the students came to one of the teachers. It's better not to say, of course, the names and all that. And she was terrified about the dream because she saw her son dead. Of course, what's going to happen to that person? He's going to be afraid. Okay, so he comes to the teacher and he said, oh my God, listen. So the teacher first he knows how it works. So he's asking question. What's the age? She said, he's 27. Okay. There is anything new happening with him? I don't know. Oh, whatever, something happened in his life. She said, oh yeah, he's getting married. So the teacher said, oh, that's why you dream that he's dead, because you are very attached to him. Very hard for you to let go. For you, he's dead. It's true. So then she said, oh my God. He said, you have to start love his future wife because it's very hard for you to accept her. So all that is when we dream, it could be something really terrified, but not necessarily that it's bad. Of course, we have a correction of dream, if you heard about it. Some people know. Hopefully we're going to talk about it, but not today. So when we understand that whatever the dream is different symbols, different things, and we're going to study different one of them, first to know that it's not the same as reality and not the same as our logic. Okay, there is levels. One of them, the highest one of them, it's a level of prophecy. Means that it could happen. We don't know. Maybe it's going to come. But usually it won't come to a person that he's negative, for example. There's no way. So the way we behave during the day, the way we are, more spiritual, less spiritual, because some of us don't even remember the dreams. It doesn't mean that we don't dream. Some of us remember some of the dreams, some of the dreams not, or part of the dream, and we wish we know the rest of it, or things like that. And there is also, like I said, different levels of dreams. But how many people, even from that you know or from you, that had a dream and you saw the dream manifest in life? Yeah. So you saw the dream and you saw it. Yeah? 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Hopefully good, right? Hopefully good. So the thing is that when we saw a dream and we saw it physically happening completely, part by part, that's some kind also a level of prophecy. It means that I was able to see it and I saw it also coming into my life. Okay, but there is other levels that we're going to talk later, but we need to know. But before we go and we study about the dream, we have to study about sleeping. What does it mean? If we pay attention, if I'll take a person 60 years old, at least 20 years of his life went to sleep. It's not a waste. 20 years? Third? Think about it. 24 hours. If a person sleeps between 8 to 10, it's about 20 years. And that's most people. Is that okay? According to the Kabbalists, we don't have a choice. Many things we don't like to do. Right? But you won't find people say, I'm not sleeping this year. But we can say, I'm taking off this and I'm not doing that. We change things sometimes, right? But not about sleeping. Mattress and us is one thing. The thing is, the Kabbalah is saying, at least if I'm already wasting, it is. Wasting, let's do it different. Instead of wasting our time, all those hours, why don't I get some benefit? It cannot be that we've been created and so much of our life is going to go just like in coma, somewhere a person doesn't even see, doesn't feel. Have to be something more than that. So the Kabbalah is saying, first, what does it mean sleeping? If you look, the Kabbalah is saying that you see that there is different way of sleeping in different places in the world. Some places they sleep a little bit more, some places they sleep a little bit less. And I'm talking about as different nations or whatever. If you go and you find there it was always they do research, by the way, it's on TV, there is those laboratories that people see what people and how they dream, how they sleep and all that. So it's have to be, if they are doing research how a person sleeps, there's more than just that I'm getting rest, like people think. So the thing is that, for example, in Israel, people sleep less than any place in the world. I don't know if you know, I don't sleep much. Okay, let's say average places in the world, by the way, it's between 6 and 8, the average. Some places, not places, some people a little bit more, 9, 10. In Israel, the average is between 4 to 6. So now, is that good or bad? It's not such a thing. It says that if you look at the Israelis, they are more kind of sensitive in one hand, aggressive in one hand, but they get angry easily. If you look at kids, every time they are tired, how do the kids behave when they are tired? Grouchy, angry, they cry. So we have to understand that when we don't sleep right, I'm not saying that it have to be a lot, but it could be short, but really quality of sleeping, a person will be angry. So it says that in Israel, it's good if people will sleep. It's going to be good for them, good for the world too. So when you have different kind of people and different kind of, we have to know that in New York it's different, because people here work a lot of hours in New York. So people here in New York will think a lot when I'm going already to sleep. You have to know. It's amazing. And you see that also there is different thing about different days and different times that a person goes to a party. In some places, even in New York, there is also after party. It's another party, but they call the party, the second one, that's the name of the party, after party. And after the party, they go to sleep. If they have whatever, right? So ask people, why are you going to after party? Says, it's not a waste to go to sleep. But then what happened? It depends on the day. If they chose the right day, some people do it on Sunday, so they sleep through until noon. And if not, so what is it that we just have to understand that it's much deeper. When we look at people that they sleep, what's the reason that the person think that he's going to sleep? I'm going to rest. I'm tired, right? Let me show you something amazing, okay? And you went through it, but you didn't think about it. Let's go together now in our mind. We're going to a vacation. 3 days somewhere. We're not doing anything. Someone even serving us wine and food. We don't do nothing. We're just on vacation, right? You'll see that in night you are very tired. When we don't do nothing, we are more tired than when we are too busy. And of course, spiritually is when we don't do nothing, Satan have more access, by the way. When we are busy, you have no access to come in. So we have to know that it's not true that I'm resting, because what did I do in vacation? All day, I was resting. Me and the chair on the beach were the same thing, flat. So, how come I'm tired? We have to know that to be tired has nothing to do with the way that I am thinking because I'm tired. The only reason that the person is tired is because there is a war between the good in me and the bad in me. It means the light in me and the evil inclination in me. That's why we get tired. Other than that, we don't. Pay attention, check yourself. When we had a good day, and I'm talking about good day, not those long days that we call them. Good day, it means I was mainly happy at that day. You'll see that the night comes, what? We are tired or less? Almost none. So the more I'm upset, the more I'm angry, the more I'm reactive, the more tired. So you think that I'm going to have good dreams? No. It means there is disconnection between me and the light. So it's not about that. The sleeping is actually for one reason only. First, to let my soul leave the physicality to recharge. So if you pay attention, what we just heard, it could be in the middle of the day. If I went through some kind of anger or really something that was stressful, you'll feel that you want to sleep. Every time there is too much, I remember the first time when I came to the United States in 1979, and they told me that I have to go for my after the green card, you go for the citizenship, you have to sit, and they ask you a question, and you have to write something. So while I was sitting, waiting, I didn't know that that's it. They're going to ask you a few questions. I thought it's like interrogation, you know. That's what I thought. So I was sitting, waiting, and I was like sleeping. I was so tired. Why? The fear or whatever that after, I was there, and she asked me, and I wrote, and she said, "Oh, you graduate art school in Baltimore? Come on, can you do my face? You're an artist." "Yeah, you passed." "I'm not supposed to tell you, but I passed." So if I knew that's going to happen, I'm going to sleep there. So tired, I couldn't move. So we have to understand that negativity is really the reason for sleeping. It's not that we go to sleep because the soul wants to live, to recharge so I can continue tomorrow morning. So that's why hopefully, it's going to come back. Some people it doesn't. The body is waiting. But now we're going to another part to connect between the dream and the sleeping. Hopefully we understand. We don't want to talk about a lot about the sleeping, just so we understand what it is. When a person is sleeping, when he's really asleep, you have to understand there is parts that maybe we don't remember, but it's not complete sleeping yet. There's level of getting deeper. Means the soul doesn't leave immediately. I don't know if you experienced before. I'm sure some of us did even a few times. When we not complete asleep and the soul comes back because a noise or whatever, we feel like falling. Boom! You see the body is like shaking, like boom! And if there is someone else, what happened? It's like I was reading and it feels like falling. So the body gets that feeling of shaking. It's like boom. So we have to understand, to sleep and to dream, we have to get to a level that's called REM. You heard about it? You know what it means? Exactly. If you can look, it's not so simple, it's not nice, but if someone's sleeping in your house, okay, and you go and you see the eyes are closed, but you see the eyes are moving, you can't even believe how fast. When it moves this way, it means the person what? Dreaming. When it doesn't move, not dreaming. But we have to understand about dreams more, not only about if I remember, I don't remember. When we are awake, we come to Rosh Chodesh sometimes, we come to classes, you want to do meditation. The real meditation that the person needs to know how to do it, even through, because we are physical, is we have to know how to get to that level that's called alpha. And to get to that level, I have to know how I can't do that movement, the REM, when I'm awake. It's impossible to try. It's not. But there is a way. If you're going to close your eye, try it. And lift them up while your eyes closed. You see they're going to start jumping. Fast even. But it hurts a little bit. So after you get to that point, you have to release a little bit the pressure because it's too much. And now, if you know how to do it right, with the right consciousness, you can really go to alpha and do the right meditation. You can be anywhere you want. It's between sleeping and being awake. That's alpha. So most people don't know how to do meditation, by the way. They think they know, they see it. And, it's not about that. It's about reaching that level that only when the eyes move that fast, I can reach. It's like a different level that through that level I can make that connection. And we're going to also understand later on about the dreams, that we can even interfere in the dreams. And that's very important to know. In the dream, I have to interfere. It means I don't even need the correction, because in the dream, I'm already correcting it. That's it. I don't need to wake up and get scared. Well, it's not so simple. It's not so easy, but it's possible. So the thing is, what do we do? The Kabbalah is saying that when we go to sleep and we are dreaming, we all dream, we have to know that that dream is not just to give me a message, because some of us, we said, don't remember the dream. The dream creates healing. When a person, God forbid, doesn't dream at all, it's only dead people. Serious. There's no such a thing doesn't dream. Everybody dream. How long it takes the dream? Sometimes we feel it was the whole night, right? The mind of a person at night, when he sleeps, it works 60% faster than when he's awake. Faster. So if you didn't know how much is the regular time when we are awake, it's 100 million billion parts of information in 1 minute. 100 million billion. Times 60, that's how it is at night. Imagine 1 second, even less, it feels like you dreamed the whole night. Dreams are less than a second. How does it feel? You wake up sweaty, it feels like forever, right? No. Because the mind works so unbelievable fast, 60 times faster. So it means that it's not just dreaming. There is something else in that, and the Zohar talks about that, that when we sleep, during the night, we find that some people have some kind of problem, different breathing, they don't breathe right? Some people snore because they can't breathe from here. They do all kind of things, but not every snoring is the same, by the way. Some, it's a real medical problem. Some is only deep sleep. Everything gets so loose that it vibrates. That's fine. If it's medical, the person have to check. But there is different things. Now, why do I need to breathe so heavy? Think about it. When we don't breathe heavy. Look, a person barely breathes. I look at you. You barely. We don't breathe. At night, my God, each one like a vacuum. Some people vacuum some spiders that hanging from the ceiling. What is it? They show you cartoon. The candle is up, down. So we need to know it's not just. It's to give enough oxygen to the brain. You know that the brain gets a lot of oxygen. If we don't get oxygen, what happens to a person when he doesn't get oxygen? He faints. Why does he faint? Because when we faint, we have to raise our feet. You know how we do it? Why we raise the feet? The malchut. The minute you raise the malchut, air goes fast to the brain. So at night when we sleep, we need a lot of oxygen because it works 60 times faster. We don't think about it, we just, we go to sleep. We don't even think about it. Sometimes we get mad at someone that sleeps behind. Stop it, can't sleep, you're snoring, whatever. We need a lot of oxygen because it works different. So we know that even if a person have, we call it IQ, very high IQ, and is tired, we don't function the same thing, even if you are very smart. When a person is tired, you see even a person, spatially, by the way. When a person works any kind of job that it's mainly physical, you have to watch. He's less tired than the person that's using only his head. Why? Because the fight is huge between those two forces, the good and the bad. When a person works physically only, what's fight? Breaking something, I mean, whatever, cleaning, it's no big deal. But the minute the brain is really in a process, so then we have to understand it's not just for nothing. So when we look at the Torah, it says also in the Talmud, Shena l'reshaim tova lahem v'tova la'olam. It says, when you look at evil people, it's better if they sleep, it's good for them, and it's good for the world. Why? Because if they sleep, they might connect to a little bit more light by sleeping, because what happens when they sleep? The soul is charging. So it's good for them, of course, but it's good for the world because they don't do any evil in the meantime. So it's good for them to sleep. Because when you write evil in Hebrew, soon we're going to have the power of the alphabet, if you didn't know, to know every letter and every... So this is actually exactly how we write evil, Rasha. But if you understand, in Hebrew it means initial for something that we studied. The Kabbalah is saying Ratzon, whoever knows Hebrew, Ratzon means desire, of himself. It's actually 3 words. Ratzon shel atzmo. The desire for oneself alone. That means evil. Evil, it's not that the person is using a knife to cut someone. No, that's something else. Ratzon shel atzmo. So when a person is dealing with himself mainly during the day, with his agenda, what about me, 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 me? What do you think? Is he going to be less tired or more tired? More tired. So what happened? He goes to sleep, he dreams. Everybody dreams. If you are alive, you dream. But does he remember anything? No. Because dreams not only that heals, and soon I'll tell you how they found out. It also gives the person the message, and that's another part. Now, they found out, in laboratories, by the way, that when a person goes to sleep, what they did, you remember, we look at the eyes, right? Of course, they can connect them to different machines and stuff, but just looking at the eyes, what they did, the minute the eyes move, they woke the person. The minute the eyes move, they woke the person. It means every time he's dreaming, they woke the person. After 3 days, he starts developing disease. So they find out that it's not just a system, I'm going to sleep and the day I'm working. They find out that the dream is actually a level that gives the person energy to heal himself. So at night, actually, we're getting the healing. Not in the day. The day we're doing the damage. That's why we need to sleep again. Because think about it, why do I need to sleep so fast? I just woke up. It's because we're doing so much. And the thoughts are wrong, and whatever it is. So the Kabbalah is saying, we have to understand it. We have to understand it. You know how many times we say something, we say it. It's like it becomes like an expression. I slept like a baby. Why do you say it? What do you think? The soul of the baby, it could be 3,000 years. Your soul maybe 2,000 years. I mean, the body is the age that we talk about, birthdays. It's for the body, not for the soul. Every year, imagine a person is 40 years old, he did 40 birthdays. He was born one time. It's the energy again and again. So the thing is, when I say, I'm sleeping like a baby, the baby, because he's new, doesn't have so much klipot, and all the negativity, he is sleeping like a baby. Maybe he wake up because he's hungry or something. But we don't sleep sometimes at all. We can't even sleep. You know why? We can't even turn the engine off. This happening, I don't know. Fear. What's going to happen tomorrow doesn't let the person sleep. The baby doesn't have responsibility. Who cares? I need the bottle tomorrow. That's it. You know? Hopefully you're going to have a diaper for me too. But other than that, who cares? You know. I mean, if we think we need just a diaper and a bottle tomorrow, we're going to sleep good. So the thing is that we have to know that we have two entities that works in a way, fortunately, separate. The body and the soul. The body doesn't need a sleep. We have to get it, because it's very hard for us to get it. I'll show you. It's very simple. You come home and you say, I'm very dead tired. You know that expression, dead tired. Okay, fine. Change your clothes or stay with them. Go run around the block after all day that you did so much, and tell me after you run around the block if you're tired. What's going to happen now? You energize. So it means something simple. You know, I'll teach the women something. If the husband come home and he says he's tired, you have to know he didn't do today much. Because if he was busy and doing a lot, he was energized. Because the more we are busy, the more energy we have. So the body is not tired. I just took the body that I thought is tired and I ran the body around the block. And look at me. I can't even sleep. I'm wired. It's because the feeling, like we said, the two forces within, the soul and the body, all day long is the most important thing that we have to understand. The body have desires, and the soul have completely different desires. The body is the one that ordering us to do all day everything. Imagine we don't like to listen to no one, right? I'm not going to listen to everybody that tell me what to do. But listen, in the middle of anywhere, the body tell you, look, the sock's a little bit wrinkled, it's bothering me. Pull it. What do you think you're going to do? You're going to bend, and you're going to pull. And then you sit, like, right? You sit, and then the body says, it's not comfortable. Move. I'm serious. The body tells all day long, I'm a little bit thirsty. Did you eat? And I need a little bit more of this. You just finished food. I want something sweet. You're going to have, I don't know, something. I want something. What do you think? You're not going to do it? Of course you. See, why we laugh? Because we suddenly think, wait a minute. I do whatever the body tells me. Now my soul, did you hear the soul? I need Zohar. Do you hear it anytime? Did you hear your soul say, listen, I came to this world only to share. Wait. Right? So you understand? Two forces. And even if we study and even if we know, still it's not easy to say, okay, I understand, you know, until today I was that. From today, look, I finished Pav Kabbalah 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 even, you know. That's it, I'm different. The battle is on. The body is something else. And there is something weird when a person goes to sleep. He wakes up in the morning. The weirdest thing, the first request and desire that he have is to sleep a little bit more. What a loss. The seed level of the whole day, I want to sleep a little bit more. Say I want $5 billion. Say I want to get married. Say I want a kid. I want to be happy. I want to sleep a little bit more. Say something better than that. We don't. We sleep, we want a little bit more. And that's something that it's very important to know. The body thinks always in a very, very low level of desire. The body needs a little bit of sex. The body needs a little bit of food. The body needs a little bit of respect. All the things that are 1%. That's what the body needs. And you have to know, in a simple way, who's serving who. It looks like that the clothes serving us. But who's taking them and bringing them from the cleaner? Who's the servant of all physicality? Who's cleaning the table? It's cleaning by itself? So everything we have physical, I have to be the servant of it. Do you have to serve the Zohar? The Zohar serves us. So you see, if spirituality, everything spiritual does it for me. Everything physical, I have to do it. Anything. But it's not easy, you know. It doesn't matter what. You go to a restaurant, or you go to a supermarket, or you go home, the temptation, even if you know it's not good for you, whatever the food or whatever, what do you say? I know it's not good for me, but not today. Today I'm going to eat it. Tomorrow we'll see. But tomorrow you're going to say again, not today. So cigarette controls us, food controls us, everything controls. So what do we control? Yes? We don't. And that's why when we dream, the reason of dreaming, it's not only the healing, it's to give us messages of where we're doing wrong. We have to understand what does it mean. In a big picture dream, it means the path that I'm going is wrong. Change it. That's in the big picture. First, every time I dream, there is some message for me to change. Sometimes we are so happy. I had a great dream. Read the Zohar, and you'll see that it says something unbelievable weird. You know, there is 7 levels, right? Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, Malchut. Each one of them have a chariot. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Aaron, Joseph, David. King David, not only that he's chariot of Malchut, it says that never, not one time, never had one good dream. Only bad dreams. Why? King David, come on, God, you love him, no? When we have a good dream, what do we do when we wake up in the morning? Nothing. I had a good dream. Voila. Only when we get a bad dream, there is a chance that I might go to correction, maybe I have to give tzedakah for it, maybe I'll do something to change something. Good dream. Same thing in life. When everything works kind of okay, do we change anything? Still working okay. Why should I change? When do we change anything? When something gets wrong. Hopefully. Not always. Hopefully. And that's why we have to know that soul that we have within, it's called Chelek Elokai Mimal, that spark of light, that it's within each one of us to give us the ability to stay alive, not just so I can sleep more, pay the bills, get old and leave, so I can finish my tikkun. Can I finish my correction? The purpose that I came to this world. And that's why the soul comes back every night after we sleep. In the morning we get it back. Now I don't know who of you there is special meditation before we sleep. I'll show it to you. I don't know if someone is doing it. It's called Kriyat Shema before bed. And before, there is some of you may be doing it. Some of you, I'll show you how to do it if you want. And then there is one sentence. Of course, there is more, but one sentence when a person wakes up in the morning. What is it? Modeani. What does it mean? Thank you, God, that you brought me back the soul. I believe in you. That's what it says. But it's wrong. That's not what it says. If you know Hebrew, how many people know? I know, you know. Anybody else? You know. Tell me what you think. The way you hear it, just Hebrew, no, nothing more. רבה אמונתך. Big faith. But no one pay attention because we think we know, even the one that knows Hebrew knows Hebrew. If it's my belief, it's supposed to be רבה אמונתי. My belief. It says your belief. Who believe in who? God believe in me. So now it's connected to the sentence. Thank you that you give me back again the soul because you believe in me that tomorrow I'm going to change. Who believe in who? Because we just said thank you. Thank you about what? That you believe in me. Not I believe in you. If I believe in you, I don't need that. We don't trust the light. And that's why we need to sleep. And that's why we need to dream. Because if I trusted the light, I don't need to sleep and I don't need to dream. The dream is a message just because I'm doing something wrong. And I sleep because I'm tired, because there is fight between the evil and the good. We just said, if I'm happy, I'm not so tired. How come? Because the evil lost today, somehow. So we have to know, in each one of us, when we say that spark of light, we have to ask the question, what is the essence of the soul? What is it? How can you check the soul? Can we see the soul? Do we believe we have a soul? Well, we hopefully believe, we don't know. But we have to know that because we have two voices, and we all have, we have to know that if you pay attention, we have two voices, but actually we hear only one. It means we hear only the one that says no to the voice that we barely hear. I said, you don't hear, go Shabbat, I need Torah. You don't hear it. You go because they told you, it's very important Shabbat. Okay, I'm coming this Shabbat. What about then? It's not so important. Do we have to tell someone, it's very important lunch to eat? If not, they're not going to eat? No. See, physicality, we eat, it doesn't matter what. But they have to convince me about the holiday or Shabbat or about anything. They have to convince me. Why? Because we don't trust the light. So the essence of the soul is like the light. The light have any desire? So that's why it's very hard to feel the soul. That's why it's so hard to believe. I don't know if it exists or not. So because there is a war, we have to ask, who's really winning? The essence of the body or the essence of the soul? Who's winning? If we understand, hopefully, that when we are spiritual, it means I have a war, even to wake up in the morning. But the biggest war is to say to someone, I'm sorry, or forgiveness. Really, the biggest war is something within, because if I cannot really let go, and it's very hard to let go of many things, I cannot go now and tell someone that I have a problem with, you know what, you're right, I love you. Can you go to someone that you can stand in the same room that you love? No. When do we do it, unfortunately? Sometimes before we're dead. just before present few days, he's dying. Now he says to some of the friends, call all the people that I had a problem with. Why you want to do it now? Very hard to give love. But we want to receive love. The body doesn't need love. Ask your hand, you need love? Maybe cream. But we want love. Is love something that I can hold? So all those things, even what the Rav used to say, human dignity, patient, just patient. Do you have patience? Now let's say even your friend or your husband, your wife, your kid, you're waiting in a car and you're sitting and the person is not coming. And you say, no, it's okay, I can wait forever. Yeah. Beep, boom, calling, we don't have patience. And that's why to be spiritual is to understand one thing. The opposite of what sometimes we think. If I have a war, it's okay. I have to have a war. Because if you wake up in the morning and you don't have a war, it means you lost already. But the thing is, do I have a war? It's good, but who's winning is the question. Not, I don't want to have a war, because many people, by the way, come to study Kabbalah to end the war. If you can, that's the wrong place. Actually, here, we magnify the war. Maybe you did get it, but we magnify the war. But I can get the tools also what? To win. So, to look around, I can have my own business, or I can work in a business, I can work with people, and there is always something that it's not easy to do. And if you look around and go to the truth, you'll see that the worst war, not only in the head, of course it's in the head, within, it's with people very close to us, family. The worst war. How come? Simple. If the light wants to help me to do my tikkun, what is going to give me my war, my tikkun in China? It's going to put it in my house. With my father, with my mother, with my wife, with my kid, with this. But if I can understand how it works and I win, it means there is a war, but I'm in control, not out of control. Now, do I get the same dreams? If I'm out of control, it's going to be what? Different dreams to show me the way. If I'm in control, it's going to be different dreams. So, to understand, it's not random. I went to sleep today, I don't know, I was dreaming about the boats. No. It was water and this. Sometimes we just think, what does it have to do? I went to sleep and I dreamed. Right? Do you see any connection? The Kabbalah is saying that whoever is winning during the day is going to have different dream to show him to go to a higher level. Whoever is losing during the day and Satan is winning, he's just going to get dreams to help him to even just go a little bit higher than where he is. Maybe, or even just to maintain where he is. So, okay, so first, there is a lot. But first, to wrap it up. It's very important to dream, just as a dream, because it's going to give me the power of healing. To dream, I have to get to that level of REM. It means if I don't, and sometimes, let's say, because you're really going through a tough time and you don't sleep good, after 2-3 days, you have to know you're going to be ill. So pay attention that when we go to sleep, we have to do one thing simple. Try to let go. One of the ways is to take the Zohar, to scan few pages. It's the access to go to different channels and to let go all the things that controlled me today, at least today. Maybe it's a month, maybe it's a year, but today. Now I have the ability to connect to some dreams, then hopefully to remember them, so I can know either I have to correct them or I have to change something in my path. But it's good for me. Even if I don't remember, I dream, but it's good to remember, so I can know what to do with it. So if we remember, we're going to sleep for the soul to leave the body, leaving jail. The body is the jail. The soul leaves, recharge, comes back, not because the soul wants to come back. The soul cannot do the tikkun without the body, because the body is the opponent of the soul. It's exactly the opposite. I'm not going to go into, there's levels that we talk in different classes about what we need to do more than that, but just so at least to know what's connected to what we're studying about dream. When the soul is recharging, we have to know that the next day we have to try to behave better, to restrict more. Not to think, okay, I woke up, and you know what? I can behave exactly the same as I behaved yesterday. So why did you say thank you that you received the soul again? Thank you is because you don't think that you deserve it. Because if you deserve something and you think it belongs to you, do you have to say thank you? So we say thank you because we don't think it belongs to us. I don't own the soul. There's no ownership. And that's why it's very important to understand. Sleeping, it means freedom from the body. Freedom. I'm letting go. And the more I'm spiritual, real, it means I'm really transforming, you'll see that you're going to need to sleep less. Pay attention, many times it happened to us that we slept 10 hours. You know how we wake up? We barely move. What's the matter with you? You slept 10 hours. You're supposed to be happy. What are we? You know, really good sleep is short, but strong. Doesn't happen to us. It does. Sometimes in the middle of the day, we were so tired. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. We nap. And that's it. The truth, yes. We can sleep very short and very energetic. Now, according to the way we behave, we go back to the beginning. There is 4 levels that we're going to study later. If I'm more spiritual, my soul go fast, not slow, fast, high, charging fast, coming back. You remember the charger that we had for the cell phone, the old one? It need 24 hours, now in 1 hour. So it's the same thing. If I'm spiritual, I can charge fast. How do I wake up in the morning? Unbelievable. If I'm not spiritual, I need a long time to charge. You know why? Not because it's charging. The body doesn't let go of the soul. Soul takes a long time to live. So now we know, at least the beginning, we have to know that it's not just sleeping. Not just sleeping. Not just dreaming. It's all connected to every action, every move, every reaction, every anger, every good, everything that we do in the day will completely control our night, how it's going to be, and our lives too. If I'm going to be more healthy or less, it's all goes together. If I'm more happy, what do you think? I'm going to be more healthy or not? More healthy. Why? Because I'm sleeping what? More or less? Less. And I'm dreaming fast or slow? Fast. So you see, if I get the healing at night, because I'm more spiritual, it means I'm less negative. I'm going to sleep. It goes fast to the highest level, charging very fast, waking up, energetic, and tomorrow morning, do I behave bad or good? Good. And better and better. We need to understand it, because just the dreams is very easy to teach. You dream this, you dream that. It's not just about what we started. The son is dead, and now it's because he's getting married. No, we can study that. Go to your teacher every time you have a question about dream. But this course, as we started today, that's the first part. The second part, we go deeper. In the end, we study about different kinds of dreams. Okay? So, thank you very much.